Good morning to you and also you. I am Stars Tina and I'm super excited to bring you some morning motivation. Today, I wanted to talk about how you talk to yourself and say certain words. For example, let's talk about the word breakfast, okay? When you think of breakfast, you think of eating early in the day, you think of pancakes, eggs, sausage, maybe even some biscuits with butter and jelly. Is that what you kind of think of? Well, that's what I think of. So, from speaking with some of my keto friends that I love so much, I'm not saying that I'm keto or anything like that, but instead of saying breakfast, my goal moving forward in life is to say meal one. So, what are you having for meal one today? And I say that because it's super important that you um, open the window where you're not eating. And what I mean by that is intermittent fasting. Have you ever heard of that? It is amazing. So instead of having breakfast at like 7, 8, or 9, you want to push that window back some so that you have a smaller window of eating, which is going to make the belly a little bit smaller. Yes, yes. So intermittent fasting, if you've never done it before, I invite you to go for 12 hours first. Keep it super simple. If your last meal is 7 p.m. at night, don't have your next meal until after 7 a.m. And then after you've mastered that, you're like, hey, I got this 12 hours. Then make it wider and wider and wider. And then eventually you're going to be at that 18-12. And then let's get back to the first part I began talking about with meals, right? So meal one can be as late as 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because if you're thinking breakfast, you think I have to eat early. And breakfast is just pretty much breaking the fast because we're fasting at night, right? So that is today's tip, today's motivation. Change the way you talk to yourself. Change the way that you're seeing things, that you're speaking things into existence. For example, no more breakfast for me, no more breakfast. It is now meal one. What are you having for meal one? And then I also want to talk about what is the first thing you're drinking? Like, what's your drink of the morning? Everyone has something they do, right, when you first get out of bed. I don't know about you, but I like to have water next to the bed. So as soon as I wake up, I'm drinking the water. But what are you adding to the water? I invite you to add some electrolytes. You're probably saying, what the heck is an electrolyte? That's a whole nother story within itself. And one morning, I'll do a whole little motivational video with that right there. But just to start, perhaps if you don't have electrolytes or know what that is, you can always put some Himalayan pink salt in it to put it in there. Myself, on a beautiful morning, in my first drink, I like to have a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons actually, you graduate to. I start with 1, but 2 tablespoons, not teaspoons, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I put some lemon in there, some cumin, some turmeric, some cinnamon. That's about it. I know it sounds like a lot, right? I drink it with a straw because if you don't drink it with a straw, it could stain your teeth and you want to brush your teeth right out. That is my morning drink. So today's motivation is all about that. Changing the way that you speak to yourself. No more breakfast. It is now meal one. And then what are you drinking for your first drink of the day? All right, guys. Peace in a bottle of hair grease. I'll see you tomorrow for your morning motivation.